Welcome to Girl Scouts of Gulf Coast Florida's online Troop Pathways training. This training is designed for an adult volunteer looking to take on a leadership role within a troop. During the training, we will be referring to the Troop Pathways Participant Guide as a resource. You will find a copy of this participant's guide in the link on your screen. Girls Guide to Girl Scouting and Girl Scout Communications. You will understand how to create an atmosphere of acceptance and inclusion, identify level recognition and uniform components, recognize the importance of goal setting and being purposeful throughout the process, understand your responsibilities of reporting to authorities suspected child abuse, identify types of troop government, identify sound troop money management, and finally, understand the importance of organizing all your Girl Scout records. Let me officially welcome you to Girl Scouts of Gulf Coast Florida's Troop Pathways online training. During this session, we will be diving into your role as a Girl Scout volunteer. It is an exciting journey, and we will be connecting you with some available resources, jumping into our Girl Scout Leadership Experience program, and understanding the ins and outs of your volunteer role. We want to get to know you a little more as you start your volunteer journey. Go ahead and answer the next few questions about your upcoming volunteer experience. The first part of your troop meeting will be holding an opening ceremony. This lets the girls know the meeting is officially starting. One of the great things you will find with our Journey program is it will provide plenty of opening ceremony ideas. In your Troop Pathways Participant Guide, you will also find some basic flag ceremony verbiage and tips. When it comes to the flag ceremony, keep it simple. Emphasis needs to be on respect for the flag rather than on the commands or techniques. Adults can ask girls these questions when planning. Who will carry the flag? Who will be the color guards? Who will give the directions for the ceremony? What song will be sung? Who will sound the pitch and start the song? Will a poem or quotation be included? Who will say or read it? After the Pledge of Allegiance, will the Girl Scout Promise and Law be said? In what order will the parts of the ceremony take place? When will the group practice? And where will the flags be placed at the end of the ceremony? You will find all of these questions in your Troop Pathways Participant Guide. You might hear the following terms when planning a flag ceremony. The color bearer or flag bearer is the person who carries the flag. There is one color bearer for each flag used in the ceremony. The color guard is a team that guards the flags. Any even number of guards may be used, but usually 4 or 6 girls are sufficient. And finally, the Girl Scout in charge, or the caller, is a designated Girl Scout who announces or calls each part of the ceremony. Let's see how much you remember about flag ceremonies. During the flag ceremony, who carries the flag? Is it A, the color bearer or flag bearer, B, the color guard, or C, the caller? Go ahead and make your selection now. One of the first songs Girl Scouts learn is Make New Friends. You can find the lyrics in your participant guide. But here is a quick video of the song being sung along with the lyrics. We hope you enjoy. There are some key signs in Girl Scouting you and your girls will use on a regular basis. First, let's review the Girl Scout sign. The Girl Scout sign is used when saying the Girl Scout Promise and Law. When you hold your 3 fingers up of your right hand, it represents the 3 parts of the Girl Scout Promise. Let's say the Girl Scout promise together now. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. Next, we will review the Girl Scout handshake. The Girl Scout handshake can be used when meeting new Girl Scouts or when accepting awards during a Girl Scout ceremony. The handshake can be simply done by holding up the Girl Scout sign with your right hand and then shaking another person's hand with your left. Finally, let's review a sign you will love. This is our Girl Scout quiet sign. This sign will be a great tool to use with your girls when you need them to quiet down. And it's so easy to do. Simply place your right hand in the air. It's time to see what you remember with the Girl Scout terms. Go ahead and match 3 of the Girl Scout terms on the screen. When a girl joins Girl Scouts, she is supported locally and globally. In your Volunteer Essentials, you will see a diagram showing you this support. In the troop pathway, a girl joins a troop. Then, each troop belongs to a cluster. A cluster is a group of several troops in proximity to one another. Each cluster is a part of a service unit, which is a geographic area of the council. Service units receive support from a service team which consists of volunteers who hold various roles. Then, there are 20 service units in 10 counties that make up our council. Girl Scouts of Gulf Coast, Florida Council is one of more than 100 councils in Girl Scouts of the USA. GSUSA is a member of the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts, otherwise known as WAGs, which has 145 countries all around the world. This diagram gives you the big picture of Girl Scouting, which is quite incredible. Girl Scouts affect so many girls and adults all around the world. On your journey as a Girl Scout volunteer, what resources come to mind that can support your experience? Who do you think will be there to help you along the way? I'm sure many resources come to mind. So let's think about those individual resources and how they will be your web of support. The Volunteer Essentials is our National Volunteer Handbook. As a Girl Scout volunteer, you will be able to find some key information on safety, our program, troop finances, and a section dedicated to troop volunteers. Then we have Safety Activity Checkpoints. The Safety Activity Checkpoints is a guide to activities authorized by Girl Scouts to enjoy with safety requirements. For example, if you want to take the girls swimming, the checkpoints will help you determine how many lifeguards you need and what additional supplies you might need as well. Next is the Journey Adult Guide and accompanying Girl Book. The journeys are fun and challenging experiences grouped around a theme and spread over a series of sessions. Next, the Girl's Guide to Girl Scouting is a binder full of information about being a Girl Scout and how to earn certain badges, including ones about financial literacy and the Girl Scout Cookie Program. You can see the big picture of the national program in your Volunteer Essentials. It breaks down each level in Girl Scouting and what program resources are available for them. The Adult Learning Opportunities. As a Girl Scout volunteer, you have access to different courses that will help you on your Girl Scout journey. You can find these courses in the Adult Learning Opportunities Guide at www.gsgcf.org. You all know how great internet resources can be, so it's no surprise that our Gulf Coast website and the GSUSA website can serve as a fantastic resource for you. You can find some excellent information on both for your role as a volunteer. Just head to www.gsgcf.org or girlscouts.org. Google Google can serve as a wonderful tool for volunteers. There are so many different ideas for your Girl Scout troop. And what about Pinterest? Did you know you could follow Girl Scouts of Gulf Coast Council on Pinterest? We have boards just for your level, plus lots of volunteer resources. Gulf Coast Council also has their own YouTube channel. You will be able to view videos of girls from our own council, plus our amazing volunteers in action. And what about your service unit manager? Each service unit has a volunteer service unit manager. This volunteer serves as a key support system for volunteers in her area. And a coach. We discussed the term cluster earlier in this training. Each cluster has a volunteer coach who directly supports the area. She will be able to help you answer questions and get your troop up and running. Then there's all those other leaders that are on the same volunteer journey as you. Don't forget to reach out to them, network with them, and share ideas. Your parents are going to be a great support. You may have already had a parent meeting and met some of them. But as you get to know your parents in the troop, discover their skills and their abilities. These folks can be an asset to your troop. Maybe one of them is an artist and could share their knowledge and skills with the girls. Those girls. Never underestimate a girl in your own troop and what talent she can bring to the table. The girls in your troop can also be a resource to you as a volunteer. This is their troop, and by giving them responsibilities, you will help them take ownership of their role. And finally, your membership specialist. Your staff support during your Girl Scout journey will be your membership specialist. If you need council support or have questions, you can reach out to her. Remember to join the Council and Service Unit Facebook pages for updates, news, and upcoming events. In your participant guide, you will find a nice display of all these resources. As mentioned before, the Journey Adult Guides and Girl Books are our fun program resources. When purchasing the resources, remember to purchase the Adult Guide and Girl Book set. You must use the Adult Guide and Girl Book together in order to facilitate the best program for girls. The Adult Guide will provide step-by-step sessions, including a detailed supply listing for each session. The Girl Book will act as a journal and activity book for each girl. It is not intended to be used as a guide as well for the leader. When used together, the journeys will help girls become the ultimate leader in their troop and community. Which resource will help you figure out how many lifeguards you need in order to take your girls swimming? Would it be A, the journey books, B, safety activity checkpoints, or C, Google? Go ahead and make your selection now. Next, we are going to discuss what happens at an actual troop meeting. A troop meeting is made up of different parts. In your participant's guide, there is a diagram that will show you the troop meeting broken up into different parts, and it gives you an idea of how much of the meeting is dedicated to each part. Let's take a look at these individual parts of the meeting now. The first part of the meeting is the pre-meeting. During the pre-meeting, girls will complete self-directed activities if they arrive early. Some examples could include making cards for soldiers or coloring placemats to bring to senior centers. When planning activities, think of something the girls could do to benefit others. Next, girls will start the meeting officially with an opening, which is what we talked about earlier today. During the opening, girls can complete the Pledge of Allegiance, promise, law, and even a song. This should take about 5 minutes. During the business portion of the meeting, your girls will discuss old business, collect dues, forms, and take attendance. Remember to keep this portion brief. The business portion should take between 5 and 10 minutes. The bulk of your meeting is the activity portion. And this is where the girls learn new things and have tons of fun. Girls can work on journey activities, projects, share ideas, or earn badges. The activity portion should take around 20 minutes. It is important after the fun is done for all the girls to take part in cleaning up. Give clear cleaning tasks to the girls. Girls will need exact instructions for cleaning up the way the facility requires. For example, cleaning the bathrooms means no paper on the floor, all potties are to be flushed, and the faucets should be turned off. Teach girls that Girl Scouts always leave a place cleaner than they find it. The cleanup portion should take about 5 minutes. After everything has been put away, the troop will close their meeting. This is the perfect time to join together in a circle and remind girls what they have accomplished during the meeting, as well as what will be happening at the next meeting. This is considered your troop's circle time. When planning the different parts of a troop meeting, remember to refer to safety activity checkpoints. These checkpoints will ensure you are within the Girl Scout safety standards. Which portion of the troop meeting will allow the girls to discuss old business, collect dues, forms, and take attendance? Would it be A, the opening, B, the activity portion, or C, the business portion? As your girls become older, your troop meetings will change. Girls will be responsible for more, and the activities will change. When you hear the word progression, what comes to mind? If you're thinking a gradual movement through stages, you would be right. It is important to progress with your girls. Get to know your girls and what they have accomplished. You can ask them things like, have you been on a sleepover before? Have you gone on a day trip away from your parents? We're going to look at a chart together in your participants guide. This chart will show younger girls need more adult guidance. Whereas once girls become older in the senior and ambassador range, they will need less adult guidance because they will be ready to make decisions on their own. Let's take a look at some different progression examples together. The first example is before walking in a 3-mile parade with your girls. You will want them to walk around several blocks to understand distance of time in the parade. Then what about camping? The second example is we want girls to go on one overnight close to home before spending a weekend away overnight. We do not want girls to do too much too fast. The third example is the progression of shopping for a campout with your troop. First, the girls could vote on the menu, and then the leaders shop for the items. The next step would be for the girls to meet at the grocery store and shop together. The final progression stage would be for each girl to bring what she is responsible for at the campout. Finally, let's talk about financial progression with your girls. This topic is discussed within your Volunteer Essentials. In this section, it discusses what each level should be doing when it comes to money. For instance, juniors can budget for short-term and long-term goals. This section will become very helpful to you and your girls as you start to work with money together. Okay, another question to test your knowledge. True or false? Before taking girls on a weekend overnight, you should go on an overnight that is closer to home. As we talk about working within girls' limits, let's discuss having a girl-led environment. Being girl-led is all about girls making decisions or leading activities. In your Volunteer Essentials, there is a section all about fun with a purpose. This section dives into how every grade level will take an active role in determining what, where, when, why, and how they'll structure activities. Of course, you'll provide guidance appropriate to the age of the girls. Girls want someone who will listen to what they think, feel, and want to do. You can make a troop meeting girl-led by asking girls what they would like to do for an opening at the next meeting, and use those ideas for each of your future meetings. This is girl-led. You can do this with different parts of the meeting as well. As you start to plan activities with your girls, there are a few resources in your Volunteer Essentials that will come in handy. There is a page that gives you some information on a Girl Scout calendar you can use with your girls. It even asks you some specific questions to think about as you start to plan your meetings. One other thing you will probably end up planning with your girls is some type of event. It could be an award ceremony for your troop or even an event for your cluster. In your Volunteer Essentials, it gives you some key questions to answer when planning a girl-led event. When you think of making girls feel accepted and included, you are probably thinking about involving all girls in activities and creating a safe space for them. In your Volunteer Essentials, it discusses creating an atmosphere of acceptance and inclusion for your girls. Girl Scouting embraces girls of all abilities, backgrounds, and heritage. Some of the examples they give include welcoming a girl while providing a safe and socially comfortable environment, and they emphasize cooperation instead of competition. In addition, there is an activity you can do with your girls that talks about prejudice in your participant's guide. The activity requires a paper plate and some crayons or colored pencils. In this activity, the girls will be reflecting on the difference between what others might assume about them and how they truly are on the inside. You will find full instructions within your participant's guide. In addition, Girl Scouts of Gulf Coast, Florida troops have a minimum size of 10 girls. If a troop has less than 10, you can start the troop with at least 5 girls, and the council will continue to contact the troop to add girls as new girls become interested and register. Each year, if all girls do not return to Girl Scouting, council will contact the troop to add new girls if the troop has less than 10. In order for girls' voices to be heard, Girl Scouts have different decision-making processes based on their program level. We are going to look at these in the Volunteer Essentials so you can look at the different options for girls. If you will be working with daisies and brownies, they will need a good amount of guidance from you as a leader still, but they can have a voice in the troop. The Volunteer Essentials talks about how daisies and brownies will make decisions within the troop. Let's look at how this will happen now. Girls will sit in a circle, otherwise known as a ring, and create a formal group decision-making body. The circle is an organized time for girls to express their ideas and talk about activities they enjoy. And you play an active role in facilitating discussion and helping them plan. Girls will often vote to finalize decisions. A note when working with younger girls: if girls are talking over each other, consider passing an object, such as a talking stick, that entitles one girl to speak at a time. Our younger girls will need more structure when voicing opinions, so the talking stick might be an excellent idea to help limit talking out of turn. As we move to discussing our older girls, they have more options when it comes to making decisions in the troop. In the Volunteer Essentials, they have 3 different options: the Executive Board System, Patrol Leader System, and town meeting system. The executive board system will consist of one leadership team who will make decisions for the entire troop. The team is to plan activities and assign jobs based on the interests and needs, and the rest of the troop decides how to pass their ideas and suggestions to the executive board throughout the year. This system usually has a president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer, and holds its own meetings to discuss troop matters. You should limit the length of time each girl serves on the executive board so all troop members can participate during the year. The patrol leader system is a traditional form of troop government. Girls share in planning, problem solving, and decision making. They will be collecting dues and taking attendance. Finally, the town meeting system asks all business to be discussed and decisions to be made at meetings attended by all girls in the troop. Everyone will get the chance to participate in decision making and leadership. Your role is to act as a moderator who makes sure everyone gets a chance to talk and that all ideas are considered. How can we help girls prepare for leadership roles in troop government? Would it be A, by giving the girls choices and opportunities to lead? Or B, by making the choices for them and hope they will see the right ones to make in the future? Go ahead and make your selection now. Another way for girls to take a leadership role in the troop is by utilizing a caper chart, as it will allow every girl to take a shared responsibility in the troop. With the caper chart, the various jobs will rotate among girls. Here are some different caper chart examples. You will see these again in your Troop Pathways Participants Guide. Pinterest also has some excellent examples as well. Girls often work well in groups when given the opportunity. When girls start to work on an activity in groups, give them specific tasks in small groups, including time limits. Share detailed goals girls should accomplish within their time. Let them know where to ask for help and walk around to the different groups, ensuring they are on track. One of the most exciting things about being a Girl Scout is the program we offer and the accompanying resources. In your Volunteer Essentials, it discusses the Girl Scout Leadership Experience. The Girl Scout Leadership Experience is a national model that helps girls become leaders in their own lives and as they grow. No matter where girls live or what age or their background, as Girl Scouts, they are part of a powerful national experience. These girls will discover themselves, connect with others, and take action to make the world a better place. Discover, connect, and take action is our 3 keys to leadership. When you hear the word outcome, a goal or result probably comes to mind. In our Girl Scout leadership experience, we have a total of 15 national outcomes or goals we want our girls to achieve. There are 5 outcomes under each leadership key. We are going to look at these outcomes now. You will find these on the front cover of your participant's guide. For Discover outcomes, we have girls develop a strong sense of self, girls develop positive values, gain practical life skills, seek challenges in the world, and develop critical thinking. Under our Connect outcomes, girls will develop healthy relationships, promote cooperation and team building, resolve conflicts, advance diversity in a multicultural world, and feel connected to their communities locally and globally. And finally, under the Take Action outcomes, girls will identify community needs, be resourceful problem solvers, advocate for themselves and others locally and globally, educate and inspire others to act, and feel empowered to make a difference in the world. These outcomes will be met when the girls have completed the journeys. As girls work in the Journey program, you will see the impact on their community and the world. Let's dive into our Journey program now. As you learned in Girl Scouting 101, our Journey program has 3 different series. It's Your World, Change It, It's Your Planet, Love It, and It's Your Story, Tell It. Today, we are going to look at the Journey Leader Guide and the Accompanying Girl Book. First, let's take a look at the Adult Guide. As you look at your Adult Guide, you will notice the series and the title of your level journey. There is a section in your journey that will give you a big picture of the journey itself and what your girls will experience. This section is called your sample session within the first 2 journey series, or it may be called the journey snapshot if you're working in the 3rd series. Each journey is divided into multiple sessions. This at a glance page will show each of the session titles and a brief explanation of the individual sessions. Here is an example of what one looks like. Our journey sessions are great. Each session will help girls reach our outcomes and have some fun along the way. Let's take a look at the first sample session together. Here is an example of what the session will look like. The journey sessions are quite similar in each journey. Each journey session has a goal statement. This will give you an idea of what the girls will accomplish in that session. In addition, each session gives you a listing of the session activities and needed supplies. Another benefit of the journey sessions is they will give you an opening and a closing in each session. After reviewing the first session in the journey, you might have noticed the layout of the different activities and the step-by-step instructions. This guide is helpful as it provides the exact supplies needed for every activity and extra tips. We have been discussing girl-led during this training, and our Journey program is the perfect way for girls to take the lead. Throughout the sample sessions, it notes where the girls will be working in their journey books. This is great, so you will be able to simply tie the 2 resources together. So, how do the Adult Guide and the Girl Guide work together? The Adult Guide will always connect each session to a section in the Girl Book. There is no guessing as to where the connections are made between the 2 books. And where are the opportunities for the activity to be girl-led? Well, girls can vote on an activity, or older girls can even lead an activity. Let's move on to our last program resource. It is our Girl's Guide to Girl Scouting. This handbook includes Girl Scout traditions, more awards, and bridging information. The Girl's Guide to Girl Scouting is a handbook designed for each girl in Girl Scouting. This resource has so much helpful information, including some Girl Scout history, uniform components, awards, and badges. Let's dive into this resource. You are going to love it. First, in every Girl's Guide to Girl Scouting, it will showcase some Girl Scout history. This will be in the first section of your guide. You will see pieces on the history of our founder, Juliet Gordon Low, and the starting of Girl Scouts. When it comes to Girl Scout history, one piece that has changed over the years is the Girl Scout uniform. In the Girl's Guide, there is a great display of where each uniform component goes on the sash, vest, or tunic. The first component is the troop number. Those go below the troop crest or the council ID set. The second component is the Girl Scout pin, daisy pin, and brownie pin. It should be placed on the insignia tab on the left side, over the heart. In addition, the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts pin is placed on the tab as well. The pin shows that you are part of the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts. On it are 3 leaves representing the Girl Scout promise, with a flame that stands for loving all the people in the world. The compass needle is to guide you, and the 2 stars are the Girl Scout promise and law. The outer circle represents the World Association, and the golden yellow trefoil on a bright blue background stands for the sun shining over the children of the world. The third component is the Journey Awards, which will be placed below the other insignia but above the other badges. Notice the other badges go below the Journey Awards. Next is the Cookie Activity pin. This pin will be placed below any bridging award but above the badges. The final component we will place is the Bridging Award. This will go below the membership stars. This uniform section will definitely come in handy when you need to direct parents on the placement of the different components. Within the Brownie and above Girls Guides to Girl Scouting, you will find various badges girls can earn, including legacy badges, financial literacy badges, and cookie business badges. In addition, there are skill-building badge sets that can be purchased from the Girl Scout store and added into the Girls Guide to Girl Scouting for Brownie through senior level Girl Scouts. The badges are all set up in a similar manner. For instance, each badge has 5 steps to complete. Girls will complete all 5 steps to earn the badge. The purpose will tell girls what they will be able to do once they have earned the badge. Then there are 3 choices for completing each badge step. These badges are super simple for girls to earn, and then the girls will have a voice in the process. In addition, each badge has a tip, so you can tie each badge into a journey activity. This is taking the guesswork out of connecting these 2 resources. Each badge offers a closing statement with 3 options for the girls to give service using the knowledge they just gained. We do not want to leave our Girl Scout daisies out. They also have something specific to earn in their Girl's Guide. Their daisy petals and leaves. Similar to the Girl Scout badges, the daisy petals each have specific steps to complete in order for girls to earn a petal. For example, girls can earn the Honest and Fair petal by first enjoying Lupe's story and then talk about it. Then, girls will act out the story with their daisy friends. Finally, girls will practice being honest and fair. This is a great time for you to give girls specific examples on how they can achieve being honest and fair. One example is, how would 8 girls fairly share 2 apples? I'm sure you will be able to give girls specific examples on being honest and fair. Now that we have reviewed the overall Girl Scout uniform, let's see how much you remember. Match the following components to the location on the uniform. When girls move from one level to the next in Girl Scouting, this is known as bridging. There are specific bridging awards for each level. In your level guide, you will find specific information on bridging and the instructions for the award. The first step to earning the bridging award for any level is the Pass It On step. This is where the girls will inspire younger girls by sharing what it's like to be in their current Girl Scout level. The second step to earning the bridging award is the Look Ahead step. The girls will learn what it's like to be a Girl Scout at the next level. The great thing about these bridging steps is they are similar among the different levels, making it super simple to bridge no matter your level. In every guide, you will find an award or badge chart. It looks something like this. This chart shows every award or badge the girls can earn for their specific level. So how will this chart help you during your troop leadership? It will give us the big picture to all the possibilities for girls. There are so many resources available in this guide. Another award available to girls is called the Summit Award. Girls can earn the award when they complete all 3 journeys for their level. When it comes to the highest awards in Girl Scouting, the Bronze, Silver, and Gold awards are as high as they come. In the Junior, Cadet, Senior, and Ambassador Girl Guides, you will find the instructions on how to earn these awards. While you do not need to know these specific instructions today, it's always good to know where to find this tool in the future. One award available to the cadets is the Leader in Action Award. This award is exclusive to cadets and gives them the opportunity to work with some younger girls while developing their leadership skills. Well, we dove into the Journey resources and the Girls Guide resources, but there is one other badge set that is available for Brownies and above. It will allow girls the opportunity to earn specific badges based on the journey they choose. These additional badges are called the Skill Building badges, and the instructions can simply go into the Girls Guide to Girl Scouting notebook. We have just reviewed some of the exciting resources available to you and your girls. You will be using these resources to plan your troop meetings. When planning meetings, use your co-leader as your planning partner. There are so many benefits to planning with your co-leader. What benefits will you find when planning meetings with your co-leader versus on your own? Well, you are probably thinking it will allow the opportunity for more ideas, faster planning, and even some team building along the way. We have discussed the program resources. Now let's move on to another key part in Girl Scouting, the finances. Start thinking about how girls can finance their program during the year without asking parents for money. Well, the girls could participate in both council-sponsored product sales throughout the year and even create a wish list for the troop, including program supplies and additional resources. The fall product sale is an opportunity for friends and family to buy nuts, candy, magazines, and keepsakes, while our cookie sale occurs in the spring and offers the girls an opportunity to sell our delicious cookies. If you have not started looking for a fall product manager and cookie manager, go ahead and start looking for those key volunteers. They will be a strong support during these 2 sales. More information on the product sales can be found in your Troop Pathways Participants Guide. During these sales, the girls will set goals on how much they want to sell individually and as a troop. But what happens if the girls set a goal and do not reach it? Make a plan B. Always guide them into setting up a backup plan if they do not reach their original goal. In the finance section of your Volunteer Essentials, it discusses helping girls reach their financial goals. Some of these tips include creating a budget, determining how much the girls need to earn, and make a plan. Just as the Girl Scout program encourages a girl-led program, troop finances can also be girl-led as well. Did you know Brownies and Up can handle the money management each week for their troop? When dividing the different troop finance duties, one girl can count the money, complete the deposit slip, write out the check, and enter the deposit on the finance report. By the end of the year, the finance report is up to date. Girls can even write out reimbursement checks to adults for receipts submitted. In addition, girls can mark their attendance and dues by their name. How will the delegation of these finance duties help the girls with their Girl Scout experience? Well, the girls will have a sense of ownership in the troop if they understand and help with the troop finance process. When you hear the words troop budget, don't go running. It can be super simple to set up an effective troop budget. A troop should set up a budget for the year. Now, depending on your troop level, the girls will be able to help to a greater or lesser extent. First, decide whether the troop will purchase most of the supplies or if you will ask the parents to supply some items such as the uniform pieces, books, recognitions, and items like that. We have made a sample budget for each situation. In this example, the parents pay for the starter kits and the troop will pay for everything else. This is an example of a troop that meets twice a month at $4 dues per meeting with 10 girls. Dues for the year would be $800. This can be collected in installments. Just remember, you will need startup funds, so you might want to ask for $20 for the first 5 meetings, then ask for more after that. The next budget shown here is based on the troop paying for almost everything. This is an example of a troop that meets twice a month at $3 dues per meeting with 4 meetings per month, times 10 months, with 10 girls. Dues for this year would be $1,200. This can be collected in installments as well. Just remember you would need startup funds to buy the starter kits, so you might want to ask for funds up front for the kits and first 5 meetings. Then ask for more after that. Remember to make notes in your budget. This way you can go back and easily remember what you were setting aside money for and how much money you need to make activities and events happen. Each troop is responsible for submitting an annual finance report and a copy of the most current bank statement to the council office by June 1st. The report can be found on the council's website. You will also find a sample finance report in your participant's guide. One thing to keep in mind is this may vary by service unit, so please check with your coach or service unit manager. Some quick finance report tips to keep in mind are: keep a blank copy of the finance report in your troop notebook and record transactions as they occur. This makes preparing the report for submission very easy. Next, you'll want to keep a copy of all receipts and what event you purchased the items for. Record this information clearly on your finance report. Remember, the money belongs to the troop, not the individual girls. In addition, the finance report should be made available to the girls and parents for review. In the finance section of your Volunteer Essentials, you will find more information on the finance report and where to find it online. So how can you keep organized with finances? Use a notebook. Keep all supplies in one place. In order to make finance record keeping organized, ensure you have the following supplies on hand: a money bag, receipt book, mini stapler, paper clips, Sharpie, calculator, and scissors. As previously mentioned, safety in Girl Scouting is a top priority. In your Volunteer Essentials, it discusses some important points on safety with your girls. Point number 3 states when an activity takes place outside the normal time and place, advise each parent or guardian of the details of the activity and obtain permission for girls to participate. On our website, you will find an interactive parent permission form under the Forms library. This means you will be able to complete the form online. One other important form each girl will need to have completed is the consent form, as it will allow girls to receive medical attention during a Girl Scout activity. In addition, the form will provide leaders with emergency contact information and the responsible pickup party information. One tip to help organize these important forms is to use a notebook and sheet protectors. This will hold the permission forms and consent forms for each girl in your troop while keeping you organized. Another main safety resource is the safety activity checkpoints. We have talked about this briefly, but it is important to understand the value of this resource. It is a live document and is to be used as you need it. You can find this document on our website as well. As you look at the safety activity checkpoints, you probably notice it showcases resources and gear needed, how many adults are needed, and some helpful links. True or false? When an activity takes place outside the normal time and place, you must advise parents and guardians of the details of the activity and obtain permission for the girls to participate. Go ahead and make your selection now. One vital safety conversation is regarding child abuse. You will find more information on child abuse in your participants guide and the volunteer essentials. This section in your guide will be a key reference. It states, under Florida law, if you have reason to suspect a child may be the victim of abuse or threaten harm, you must report the case for further investigation to the State Child Abuse Hotline, which is 1-800-96-ABUSE or 1-800-962-2873. Any person suspecting child abuse must report it to the Office of the Girl Scouts of Gulf Coast, Florida. Please note, if you report abuse, you must notify the council no later than the next business day. One of the final sections we will be discussing is the benefit of using a troop notebook. Troop organization comes from being flexible, only carrying what you have to, and streamlining so there is much less weight to haul around. In your participants guide, you will find a great tool to help you organize your troop notebook. The troop notebook keeps the troop's important paperwork in one place. Your guide gives you a complete idea of what to have in your notebook, including a troop roster, event information, a current volunteer essentials, Girl Scout activity insurance information, an emergency card, safety activity checkpoints, a pocket for each working event, blank finance report, troop calendar, product sales calendar, the public school calendar, and finally a service unit team roster. Can you think of any additional pieces that should be included in the notebook? Well, you could have a copy of the caper chart, the service unit event calendar, a council event calendar, or even some additional flyers from some upcoming events. It is important to split up the consent forms into folders for the various drivers. Ensure if a girl is riding in car A, her consent form must then be with driver A. This will help the driver have all the important information available on each girl in the car. In addition, the car folder should have plenty of emergency contact numbers. Each girl should have more than one emergency contact number documented. We have covered a good amount of information that will help you on your leadership journey. Our hope is you will feel better prepared and are excited for this new opportunity. Remember, this is not the end of learning in Girl Scouting. We want you to keep learning with other trainings we offer, such as outdoor skills training, canoe, kayak, archery, first aid, CPR, and lifeguard training. You are not alone in this journey. Remember all the fantastic people resources around you, including your coach, service unit manager, membership specialist, and other leaders. As you start to seek parent support, oftentimes it is better to ask one-on-one versus in a large group. You will receive a better response. Our time together has come to an end. During a troop meeting closing with your troop, you could have the girls share something positive that happened during the week, or even do the friendship circle. The friendship circle stands for an unbroken chain of friendship with Girl Scouts and Girl Guides around the world. Everyone stands in a circle, crosses their right arm over their left, and clasps their hands with their friends on both sides. Everyone makes a silent wish as a friendship squeeze is passed from hand to hand. This is a great option to close out your meeting. You will now complete your post-assessment on the final portion. You must complete this assessment and attend 3 leader meetings in order to receive credit for this online course. Thank you again for volunteering with Girl Scouts of Gulf Coast, Florida. We appreciate your time and cannot wait for you to make a difference in our area.